I don't know.
The alphabet backwards.
Oh, Paul! Yo guys, what's going on and welcome back to a new video, and today for you guys, we are going to be reacting to Jaiden Animations' new video called My First Time Playing Dungeons and Dragons. Before the video starts guys, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. All support you guys always show, it really does mean a lot to me. Leave a comment down below if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons before. I know it's a really complicated game, but simple at the same time. Anyway guys, tell me how to play the game, I want to know how to play. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys, and let's get right into the video.
Dungeons and Dragons is like
Oh.
a board game without the board,
Okay.
and you play using your imagination. If you think of something, it can just happen in game. D&D is very popular. Almost everyone I've ever met absolutely loves it, and I have never played
sister
it
plays
before,
it.
even
Okay.
though I always thought I would really like it. People would tell me stories of their games, like, so this one time me and my party were entering a cave, and there was a big ogre guarding
What the
some
heck?
treasure, but I used my charisma stat to seduce him, and we ended up eloping together. Dude, if you don't
Bro,
think
what?
that sounds crazy fun, then I don't think we would get along, and you should probably unsubscribe.
Oh, what?
But if you do think that sounds fun, then hey. Sorry, I've never done that before. It helped me. I decided to reach out to Charlie, aka Slimecicle, aka Charlie Slimecicle, because he's super into D&D, and we ended up forming a little group of me, Alphrad, Ranboo as the players, and Charlie as the dungeon master, which is like the game organizer slash manager slash god. We all created our characters and into the world.
Wait, is she a dragon? I guess it makes sense.
The clouds part over a vast, lush forest. In it, a giant ancient oak tree can be found looming over all the other trees. The inside has been hollowed out, and a sign hangs on the side reading Old Oak Inn. Inside, many creatures of various origins are relaxing, drinking, socializing.
I can't believe we're actually watching a Dungeons and Dragons animation.
A cat, equipped with various instruments, sits at a table, leaning over their cup of milk and scanning the room.
He looks so nervous.
Drinking at the bar, alone, seemingly pondering life. From the other end of the bar, a man in a suit approaches the dragon and starts a casual conversation.
Okay.
You know Mark? No,
Nah.
I don't. Who are you? I'm Paul. I'm an assistant manager at Ye Old Mart of Wall. 43 years old. My wife passed away during childbirth. My parents died. And my only child, Paul Jr., ran away at age 6. I'm living a deadbeat life, not even able to go up in the corporate ladder because my manager, Mark, prevents me from doing so. So here I am, drinking away my woes.
Hey, yo, Paul, you need help.
Hi, excuse me. Are you two new around here? Born and raised. I wish I was. Okay. So I've been stuck in a time loop for what I believe to be the past 3 years. I've relived the same day over and over. I suspect my neighbor Thomas somehow trapped me here, but I don't know how to escape.
Your neighbor?
I just look over there. In about 5 seconds, there's a 70% chance a waiter is gonna trip and drop their glasses onto the ground.
70? Oh.
Well, alright, it's
okay.
a bit impressive, but, like, it's
So
gonna
you rolled the
take
dice.
a bit
Okay, I
more
get it.
convincing because that wasn't all that. Suddenly, a sheep crashes through the tavern windows and starts rampaging around the
What?
inn.
Why
It's
is he
going straight up
rampaging to
crazy,
the
knocking over
Coco
tables,
the
knocking
Coco
over
Mall
people.
music?
Paul mentions it's got something in its mouth, and the sheep immediately stops and runs straight up to him. As Paul takes what seems to be a scroll out of the sheep's mouth, Zoot whips out their mace in an attempt to pepper spray the sheep, but slips on a puddle of rum and accidentally sprays Paul, who just is disappointed at this point. The three open the
can't feel
scroll,
anything.
and Zoot, recognizing it's a speak with animals spell, translates it, casting a huge shockwave and blasting everything in its radius. Hello? Can you understand me now? Why the f did you try to spray me with mace? Zoot and the sheep start bickering as Paul and Tholomew just stare at them. Just forget it. I'm no ordinary sheep. I used to be human and was cursed into a sheep's body. My name is Luop, and I need your help becoming human again.
Okay.
Alright, Lop. Well, it's Luop. Come on, guys.
Alright, Lop.
And for some reason, they all went along with it, still not understanding what the hell is going on. Maybe, they both thought, they could find their arch enemies, Mark and Thompson, along the way. The group is walking through the woods. Tholomew is very
I like how Paul keeps that thing on him. Look at that axe.
Something isn't quite right. The tree line is shifting in unnatural ways. Oak trees are turning into birch. The bushes are rustling. Zoot spots various random animals along the path and picks up a turtle, which they add to their inventory. Paul tries to pocket a turtle of his own, but it turns out to be a rock, and is then mauled by a cougar. He ends up
Oh!
harmed, though his adventure suit he changed into is now ruined. Zoot
Oh.
feels bad about Paul not getting a turtle, so they offer to let Paul name theirs, to which he chooses Paul Jr. They eventually reach a clearing
That's
with
so
a large
dead, Paul.
stone
Oh my
mountain
gosh.
covered in engraved shifting runes. Carved into a stone is a large bronze door with a face on it. Hello.
Okay. It reminds me of that Adventure Time
Try
door.
to impress it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, they sang to it too. Okay. Okay, alright. Paul looks fed up. I don't know.
The alphabet backwards.
Oh, Paul! Not Jaiden, not do it with your chest. Chicken wing?
I'm gonna say a spider, because I got the butt strings.
Okay. Okay. Okay, okay.
Wait, but can you turn our friend back?
Double or nothing. From a zebra. I don't know.
Can you use it in a sentence?
That was the sentence.
Yeah, like spelling bee style.
It's worth the attempt, though.
I think I picked up on it. I don't know if you noticed, but he said worm on accident. I'm very detail oriented. Paul Jr., what do you think the answer is?
For that part.
Turtle, final answer. It's a worm.
No, no, no.
The adventurers walk through the door's mouth.
Jaiden is gonna
closes
lose us
behind
this
them.
dungeon.
As they're walking into an open room, they're greeted by a closed silver door. Zoot
Okay.
immediately pitches the turtle at the door, but nothing happens.
Why?
There's 3 dishes of clay placed
I gotta
in
start
front
calling
of
them
3
Jaiden and
pedestals,
Zoot, but
and the
you know
door
what?
face emerges once again, this time on the ceiling. Not wanting to deal with more riddles, Zoot throws a dagger into the door's eye.
Ah!
The group, now lost with no direction, decides for some reason to all start eating the clay, even
Why?
feeding some to Paul Jr. and Lop against their wills. After all the clay has been consumed, the pillars glow red and more clay drops down from the ceiling, resetting the puzzle. Out of ideas, they decide to do what the door face suggested. Tholomew sculpts a crown, Zoot rolls out a worm, and Paul builds a penguin. They all place their creations on pedestals, which sink in and beam green before the lights turn out and everything goes dark. They flash back on and suddenly all their creations have come to life in weird
crown, worm,
flesh
and
bodies.
penguin.
Paul cleaves at his penguin with his great axe, nearly cutting it clean in half, revealing that the inside is just more clay. The worm monster looks at Zoot and says, "It's wormin' time!"
It's what?
To scream and sending a shockwave towards it, immediately exploding the worm and splattering clay everywhere, living as a normal-sized worm now. The worm lunges and wraps itself around Zoot's throat, trying to choke them out. Tholomew rips the arms off the crown monster and dodges its follow-up attack. The penguin reforms itself, sprints full speed at Paul, but slips and splats into a pile of clay on the ground, to which Paul finishes off with his axe.
Paul.
Meanwhile, Tholomew attempts to rip the legs off the crown, only for the crown legs to turn into arms, grabbing Tholomew and climbing onto their head, causing them to lose their mind.
No!
The other party members and enemies. Paul shifts his attention to Tholomew.
Paul the goat!
Great axe horizontally at the crown. Unfortunately, it goes a bit low and the handle smacks Tholomew directly in the face.
Oh,
Zoot
nice.
gets a grip on the worm, ripping it off their throat, and breathes acid onto it until it's reduced to ash.
I was about to
Tholomew
say,
blows on
Jaiden,
their
you gotta
back
handle that worm.
and Paul, sending out a thunderous shockwave that shakes the cavern. Paul is able to hold his ground, runs up to the two, and successfully cleaves the crown off Tholomew's head. All the clay monsters have been defeated.
That was a good fight. Okay.
And
Congratulations,
everyone
guys.
cheers together in celebration. The adventurers enter
The
the
dungeon
new
master.
room to be greeted by wooden structures, spiral staircases, platforms, and a golden door at the very back wall. It
I'm
looks
headed
like
towards
a
the
camp
door.
is set up inside the area, and voices can be heard above on one of the platforms. Tholomew scans the area, looking for traces of their neighbor, Thompson. Not only do they discover a pack of goblins that have inhabited the area, but he also recognizes a familiar boot print in the clay.
Okay.
It's the same type Thompson wears.
How did you know this?
Paul climbs up to the goblin platform and sparks conversation. The goblins are confused and a bit wary of the intruders, but introduce themselves nonetheless.
Okay.
I'm Gob, that's Glob, that's Gobble, that's
Okay.
Gobble Gob,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's the Peeler.
The what?
And who's that? That's Bloyle. So your names are Gob, Glob, Gobble, Gobble Gob, Peeler, and Bloyle? The Peeler.
The Peeler. It's his whole
So
name.
your name is the Peeler. You don't know anything about Mark or Thompson.
I only know about one thing. And that's peeling.
Bro. There he goes again.
Jeez.
Oh,
okay,
gosh.
All right, we're leaving. Paul starts booking it to the door they came in through. The Peeler right on his tail.
Oh my
stabbing at
gosh.
ankles. No one else is doing or saying anything. They're
Just
just
watching.
Paul makes it back to the previous room, and the Peeler slinks into the shadows. With
Ew.
Paul in the other room and Tholomew and Zoot unable to speak Goblin, Tholomew is left trying to communicate through improvised sign language. Pointing at the door
That's not
and
sign
blowing
language.
kisses at the goblins to signal peace. Zoot tries to slip around the goblins in the meantime, as communication is clearly not working and the goblins are only getting more aggressive, but they bump into an invisible force they can't see.
So
alerting the
in
goblins
front of the
who now
door is a
initiate
force field?
combat. Zoot decides to keep running to the door as Tholomew bangs on their drums, sending sound shockwaves.
This is a story and a half, you know.
Gob, Glob, and Gobble are all sent flying off the edge of the platform, falling to
gosh.
their deaths. Gobble
Their
in a
deaths?
fit of rage after losing his friends, lunges at Tholomew but misses completely,
Oh.
sending himself off the edge of the platform too. The Peeler
Nice.
emerges from the shadows to lunge at Tholomew, who is taking up Loyal, but Paul jumps in just in time.
The
to
goat
flash
Paul,
lights.
there he
As
is.
everyone is distracted, Zoot gets to the door, peeking in to see an entirely golden room with a small golden rod shaped like a tree branch floating at the center. The branch shifts between valuable materials, at one moment being made of gold, then emerald and ruby. Gobblegob, the goblin
yep,
that
steal it.
accidentally dove off the side of the platform, sprints back up the stairs and attempts to tackle Tholomew off the platform, but
Please kick him.
accidentally leaps over him and pulls
Again?
him once again over the edge. This time to his demise. Paul and
Very
Tholomew
good.
perform a clumsy team attack together and finish off the Peeler, ending the battle, but because of the uncoordinated attack, Paul's axe is now peeled. They all
How?
run over to Zoot and enter the
It was a
golden
poorly
room
made axe.
together, trying to figure out how to get the artifact down. Zoot suggests they all toss Slop into the air to get it down, so Paul Solangi Bowser
Bro!
Sheep into the air, but in the complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
Tholomew quickly runs
Yeah, that
over
makes
and
sense.
breaks the fall, and before Lop can say anything, they throw him again, this time
Oi!
hitting the target as they both fall to the ground. No one stops
They gotta
Lop's
stop
fall
throwing
this
these
time
animals.
as he lays motionless on the floor. As Tholomew is healing up Lop, Zoot approaches the wand, only for it to be snatched by an invisible force. An unseen figure then reveals itself.
No, it's
Well,
Mark.
Hey there, neighbor. Oh, and Paul. It's me, your good friend, Mark Thompson.
Mark
Tholomew,
Thompson.
you ruined my life, spreading false rumors about me. You said I cursed you, and now no one wants to talk to me. My wife and kids left me.
He said I have no
Everyone
friends.
avoids me, so I spent years becoming a dark wizard, and I'm gonna have my revenge. What about me? And you, Paul. Anyway, yeah! You all are gonna be spending the rest of your lives here in this shifty sanctum.
Well, what's left of their lives?
Tholomew quickly casts Locate Object on the wand Mark is now holding and throws ink in the general direction, hoping to reveal where Mark is, but unfortunately it doesn't land. Zoot sprints in the direction Tholomew indicated and attempts to tackle the air. They make contact, but bounce off of Mark's rock-solid beer gut, breaking the invisibility spell. Tholomew whips out their drums, slamming it with the intent to cast a thunder.
Nice.
Sending him flying from the impact. Zoot follows behind and shouts,
"Where is Paul in this fight?"
Casting a command spell on him. He stops in his tracks, facing Zoot.
Actually, I think I remember seeing a clip of Jaiden saying this before.
So sad. Having never dealt with depression before, he pulls out a picture of his ex-wife and kids and just stares at it.
Okay.
longingly. Paul and Tholomew see their chance to attack him and once again try to use an ultimate team attack. They grip Paul's peeled axe together and throw it in tandem at Mark. But once again, they mess up and Tholomew is accidentally sent flying with the axe as it pierces Mark's chest.
Mark
is unfazed, still wallowing in his depression. But Zoot sees this as an opportunity, casting Disguise Self and visually turning themselves into Mark's ex-wife.
Ah!
Ella, is that you?
No.
It is. Mark.
Oh
Mark
my
drops
gosh.
the photo and wand, sobbing, and slowly walks towards Zoot. Has their
Mark.
arms out, ready for his embrace. He grabs Zoot and pulls him close, tears streaming down his face. It's been so hard.
Aww.
It's okay. I'm here now.
Aww. Stab him in the back.
Zoot pulls back just a bit, just to look into Mark's eyes, which
Okay.
are sparkling with tears, and proceeds to acid blast him point blank from the mouth.
Ah! Look at Paul!
Mark is heavily damaged but alive, snapping back to reality.
He's alive!
Paul's axe to the ground. If I can't have the wand, no one can.
What
Paul picks
does
up
this
one
mean?
part
No.
of his peeled axe. Looks like the manager position just opened up. He
Oh
throws
my
the axe
gosh.
and hits Mark, but doesn't kill him. He then picks up the other peeled axe.
It's like a
part to
toothpick.
throw as well, but it boomerangs around and hits him in the back of the head.
How?
He grabs the wand from the ground and points it at Mark. This is
Yeah.
for everything. The low tax return, the restraining order, for moving in next to me. For my personal hell!
For my personal health.
Mark turns to Paul while being zapped by the wand. Would you still let me be your manager?
Nah.
Even if I was
Not even if I was a worm.
You're fired. You guys
Nice.
did it! Please, use the wand to turn me back into a human.
Nah.
Please! Tholomew casts the wand's powers on Talop, finally turning him back into his original form.
Okay.
Paul and now human Luop lock eyes. Hi, Dad. Paul Jr.
Oh my gosh.
Is that you?
Lop. Oh, Paul.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
no,
of
I
his
see.
long-lost son, Paul Jr.
I see this
embrace.
now.
The wand, now all out of magic, crumbles into dust, and the party exits the
Did you
gate.
use a turtle to try to
Paul
replace his
is
son?
dead, and the explosions erupt behind them as
Nice.
the group walks off.
Yo, that was...
Thanks for
Okay.
watching. This was
That was actually really good. I really enjoyed that. I guess Dungeons & Dragons has just like a bunch of like, you know, very, very cool stories, like very imaginative stories. So that was really cool. Guys, let me know if you played Dungeons & Dragons and what your like craziest campaign was. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See ya.